I love how long Kundalini songs are. This was only halfway through. And so that's the beauty of Kundalini songs. So I never really noticed until my husband was complaining how long these Kundalini songs can go, repeating the same thing over and over again. But that is the point. We want to be really fully attuned to Divine Mother. So what is Ma? What is Ma? Ma is actually a frequency that runs through the element of water. So I said I learned this from her, so I share what she told me. And one day she had me meet the being that we call the biggest being I've ever seen in my life, actually. And that is the being of Ma. Ma is an element of Divine Mother. Divine Mother is the mother of 5 elements, and those are the only elements actually that create realities. And sometimes you would say, well, water is pretty physical, but actually water can also be very non-physical, and so can all the other elements. And so Divine Mother actually creates through this 5 elements. So we often see them as the 5-pointed star of Venus. Very interesting, but that's the cosmic mother. Every yogi who achieved the gift of instantaneous manifestation had to become a master of 5 elements. So being able to bend all 5. And water becomes really the akasha, the plasma that actually she is everywhere. Some worlds in this cosmic creation are more water worlds, but we are considered to be also a water world, actually, because when you look at the earth, it's mainly water, we are mainly water. And so we are considered to be a world that came into the existence by combining Ma, when she came to planet Earth, into the mineral queendom, which is called earth element. But again, we don't want to call it really earth element because it is also everywhere. And so it is really the mineral queendom. Is the sound okay? Okay, wonderful. I'll try to come closer to the laptop. Ma. And so I found her through chanting, actually. I was chanting Ma, 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 Ma. She attuned me to the chant as she does. You know, chants actually eventually happen naturally through us. Let's say you're sitting in meditation, you are breathing, and suddenly a chant comes out of you. The most simple syllables are the real original chants, not the complicated words, but you know, the original chants are just really syllables. And so I do believe, I always say, when babies come into this world, very often they chant mama, especially because babies have such a big content of water, and they just came from the water world, really, you know. So we come through water. All life comes to planet Earth through water, really. And so it is through water we actually evolve. It's pretty incredible. So the magic is unfolding within us here. What is happening? It's really incredible what's happening. Every day was like, I recommend, if you cannot sleep, I really couldn't sleep the last few nights. And so what I do, I still lay in bed because it's comfortable, but like 3 a.m. But I just start meditating with Oren. So I listen to Oren, you know, have Oren on my phone and just go through the entire album, whatever it is. So I did Increasing Your Inner Light, and I just did all of them. And it was amazing. In the middle of the night, you just see better, even though it's dark, that's why you see better. So you start seeing all these energies moving around, and the third eye likes to open in the middle of the night as well. And so what is happening on planet Earth to me is like, I'm blown away. And I wanted to ask actually, Tigger, if you could post again the video. I forgot to save it. I wanted to see the video that you recommended about the suns. I want to see it. So, what is happening on planet Earth? Well, the way that I can describe it is that we are becoming solar beings, and that it is not actually really something that happens to everyone immediately, because it takes a lot of preparation. Okay, wonderful. I'll look in initiates. Thank you. And so I feel like, oh my gosh, they should have told us when we were 6 years old what this was going to be all about. But all this work we've done, it is about the earth, but it's also about you and me becoming solar beings. Now, when you take the intensity of source, I always say, because I've been back to source in this lifetime, because you can go back, obviously, when you have these mystical experiences, we all came from the same source, so we go back. And that's really the purpose of it. And it's not to stay there, but it's actually to spiritualize matter, spiritualizing matter. So we spiritualize matter. And this is what we're doing. When we meditate, what do? We bring in the light, we bring in the light, we bring the light. We actually upgrade our nervous system. Thank you. I'll click on the link. I want to see it. I want to see everything that you guys find interesting because I trust you. So thank you. Here it is. Okay. Thank you. So imagine the sun is shining brighter and brighter, even though it seems like the sun hasn't changed, and yet so much has changed. So I've seen and I've experienced this, how actually the central sun sends a solar flare plasma that hits our physical sun, and our physical sun wobbles. I don't know if the sun is really going to wobble, but on a spiritual kind of, the visions that we have, this seeing into the other realms, maybe it's not going to look like that physically. But then our own sun does the same thing, and it emanates the plasma. And because we have been preparing, and because we are really ready for this, we will really receive this initiation of the solar light through our own bodies. Now, a while ago, I think it was in, 2021, I posted a video on YouTube because I experienced 4 solar flashes through my body. And I wanted to let people know, because a lot of people are, talking about it, but actually some people already experienced it. And I heard another person speak about her experience. And so I thought, oh, I really want to experience it too. And then in the middle of the night, it started to happen. And it happened 4 times. And so to me, this is amazing. It's like when we prepare our consciousness, when we prepare the body as well, whatever it is that you feel guided to do, like, the breathing, the grounding, all the work that you guys do, it's amazing. That is the preparation. And then when we are strong enough, it actually goes through us. So I always say, it's interesting. It's like when you become the open cup, and yeah, I know it was actually open door. So it fills you up, and then it rewires your nervous system. It goes through the brain, it goes through the entire spine. It almost is like very intense. You cannot miss it. Once it happens, you will know 100% solar flash just went through your body. It's incredible. And so I really wonder, like, is it going to be like all of us collectively at the same moment, or is it happening to all of us individually and we are becoming solar beings? And is it that, someone has to test it out first? I heard other people obviously experiencing it first, and they would be sitting in meditation and suddenly, bam, the solar flash came through them, and they experience all the beautiful things that we get to experience, which is then the oneness of all life. But what's really happening is that the solar energy is transforming the earth, and the earth is going to start resonating. She actually is resonating differently. She is resonating differently. Yeah. So, I really wonder when people did start to experience the solar flash. And so I actually was listening to someone like Graham Hancock. I don't know, one of those, ancient civilization guys. And he was saying that throughout the history, ancient civilizations spoke about the solar flash. So that's pretty incredible. And it actually does the thing. Well, Asha, that's a great question. A wonderful question. Is the solar flash like a Kundalini awakening? And it is not. It actually hits from the sun and goes down, whereas the Kundalini rises from bottom up. And, for those of you who've experienced that, there's two different things. It's really incredible. Yes. So I would say, let's see how it unfolds. I'm a seer. I see stuff in the ethers. And I had to learn that what I see in the ethers that takes 1 split second doesn't immediately seem to be 1 split second on planet Earth. So I think Sandra Walter, she also experienced it. And she was one of those people that I actually listened to as well when she experienced it, because I was searching for people who have experienced it, because it's so absolutely unbelievable. It is really. And what happens to us after? So it's like suddenly being able to plug into super, super high voltage and it doesn't kill you. So I spoke to some of you on our one-on-one calls where we do wonderful work, but I learned also, I got struck by lightning when my rainbow body activated. And one of our sisters, she's in England, so I don't think she's on this call, also got struck by lightning when her rainbow body activated. Oh, another one. Yeah. And you can't explain it to people. I was telling my husband, I was like, my rainbow body was activated when this happened. And so nothing bad happens. But the thing is how incredible it is that when your electromagnetic field changes so much that you change the electromagnetic field of, wow. Well, Jesse, if you got 4 times in a row, I would question, your electromagnetic field must be super, super big and active. So the thing is that it doesn't lead to distraction. It's an upgrade. And so I don't know how other people get struck by lightning, obviously it also happens through just whatever. But I want to say when our electromagnetic field expands so much, we actually create changes in the weather phenomenon. And so the elements then respond and they use you to anchor energies into the earth. I do not recommend it to anyone. It was a very expensive experience because it destroyed our entire backyard in a way. It exploded our redwood tree. But yeah, but still. The mystery is very big. But again, we want to go to what is really practical here. I want to say, if you're having a lot of these experiences, it's good to find someone who's also, I was not injured at all. I felt really rewired. I think it changed me. And I was getting so much ancient knowledge and it's amazing. So always incredible stuff. And our backyard got transformed into a portal through that. And so now it is much more powerful. Again, the mystery is big. And, I tell these stories, it's entertaining, but also, hopefully, but also because when something happens to you and you don't understand, like, for example, my husband was seeing ghosts. And so, I can help if you're seeing ghosts. If you start seeing beings of light, if you get struck by lightning, if your rainbow body expands, if your Kundalini awakens, we have answers, which is really good. Sometimes people don't have answers. Yeah, I really think if your grandma got struck by lightning, she was in her heart expanding her rainbow body too. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. So let's go to the practical part. The practical thing here is every meditation you do, every time you are able to surrender, you are preparing yourself for this amazing light that is on its way to planet Earth. And it already is here, but it will get more and more and more intense. Sadhguru, for example, when he speaks about this, says, when this energy comes, he says it's going to be between 2024 and 2026. He says in his video, some people won't be able to handle it and they will become super unbalanced. And then some people who will be prepared will be able to really download this huge energy and do something great with it. Amazing. So this is important to us. We are preparing for something really great. We are preparing to be the conduits for this divine electricity and magnetism to run through us. So I know that we will be prepared. Matthias de Stefano speaks about the same thing. He says, when this energy comes, it's going to be such an amazing opportunity for humanity, but someone needs to use this energy. Otherwise, it will be just wasted. Now, I have this download coming through me. It is not complete just yet. I'll work on it tonight. But this is just me right now thinking. So it's not Divine Mother saying anything. But I'm thinking, I remember the end of Atlantis. It was very unpleasant for humanity, for the world, for the elements, for civilizations upon civilizations. That was a lot of distraction. And it stayed in all of us as a memory. And so humanity deep down thinks, really we all do, that for us to have a complete reset, it will require some kind of disaster. And we have all the prophecies, like the Hopi prophecies, who say the next disaster will come through fire. But I also am thinking, again, this is just me thinking, since we made the promise, and I always mention the promise is why we are here, to promise that Mother Earth will never suffer again like this. Never again the end of Atlantis. And so to me, this is an interesting thing, because I personally am thinking we do need a reset. We do need new consciousness to actually be the leaders of this world. And the earth suffered so much through, human doing. And the abuse is just massive. The unconsciousness on planet Earth is just so much. And then I was thinking, but what if this time we sent, let's say there are, I don't know, how many do you think are on this planet who are really ready? Would you say millions? What if we have millions of us here who are ready to receive the solar light this time into our vessels? Billions. Tigger, I like the optimism. What if there are billions of us ready to receive this intense light and run it through our body, run it through our nervous system, run it through our light body, and not go into a disaster? I love those numbers. So think about this. Then this energy, which will be so huge, when it hits, it will not cause distraction, because enough of us will be the perfect antennas to receive it. Once again, I really think that this is going to be the one, because how else will this energy not cause distraction? Because it's going to be a micronova of the solar system. And so what if we just catch it in our hearts, in our spines, and then it will run through us into the earth? And this way it will not have to shake up the earth, and yet it will change all of us. I really think so. But again, we'll have to confirm with Divine Mother when we talk to her. Yes. This is what I'm thinking. Exactly. We will disperse the energy. It's a big mystery. I always wonder about these things as well. Like when you listen to Patricia, you also know, she calls it the company of heaven. So she said they don't reveal everything. And very often they don't reveal the fullness because they want to see if we are ready or not. And then they reveal more. And then if we are ready, they reveal more. And sometimes they keep some things completely secret because they don't want anyone to know, so that we really just act from our own divine will. It's pretty incredible. And so they always reveal to us little by little, little by little. Yes. So they told us this time the earth is not allowed to suffer again. Interesting. Then they told us the sun will go micronova and send all this amazing spiritual fire. So not to cause fire and distraction, but to be spiritual fire. Now they told us, Divine Mother, the most important thing you can do every day, and this is, I always say, is to walk barefoot, stand barefoot, be in the earth, be one with her, but also do sun gazing in the morning to be prepared for the solar codes that are coming. Now that is amazing. It's all making sense. Very beautiful. And so once again, we're going to be aligning with this incredible source light. And today is just going to be exquisite. I don't know how many times I've done this one today. But also, today we are working with the 5th Ray Lord. We're going to be transforming the human mind into the divine mind. The human mind, I don't know. Did you like your human mind until now? Is it perfect? Even if the human mind is really, really, refined, it still is not fully the divine mind. We will create now amazing technology. We will create through this amazing solar angel, will bring down the divine mind. Yes, I like it. Break up the human mind. Yeah, the human mind is just silly. It's the result of the fall. We all have the result of the fall and we walk with it, but it's going to be the end of the human mind. Today we're going to upgrade. I love that you love your silly mind. As long as the mind is playful and having fun, that's really great. And so today we'll upgrade to divine mind. And actually divine mind is not serious at all. Source itself, for those of you who communicate with divine source has a great sense of humor. I always laugh with our divine source when I'm with source. Great jokes, by the way. And I think that's why, the great ones, they're always smiling, always laughing, and at the same time serious too. It's a combination of both. It's like deep wisdom with great sense of humor. Absolutely. I love it. So you can definitely joke with the source. Yogananda did it too, by the way. He really love it. And you can really, have so much fun with source. But today we will go into our divine mind. The divine mind is the mind that is completely free. It's unburdened. It is the mind that actually listens to the heart. The divine mind doesn't operate by itself. The divine mind is really a collaborator with the divine heart. I love that you mentioned the wise monastics. I don't know if you guys ever look at the news. Sometimes I click on like YouTube news, and I was really puzzled by a post that I saw yesterday in the news. And it's just something funny, but it's also sad, but it's funny. And it was about the monks. I don't know if you saw it I think it was in Thailand, in a temple, in a monastery. So monastics. And they all tested positive for drugs. And they all got expelled from the monastery. And there was no monks left. I was thinking about it today while I was driving. I thought, that's not the way to really achieve enlightenment. And so I was telling my husband that they tested positive for drugs, but the article didn't say what they tested positive for. But later in the evening, it was in one of the comedy shows, late night comedy shows, they tested positive for meth. Oh my goodness. Imagine, going to the monastery in Thailand and you're there, praying with the monks, meditating with the monks, and they doing something so crazy. Like, yeah, I don't know what it does to you, never tried, but I think it's like very, very severe, big drug, right? Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, oh my gosh. So anyway, I just thought about like how funny it is, like I've been to monasteries and I always look up to the monks and I think, oh my gosh, this guy and this girl, they are monastics and they meditate all day and they so in, divine service, and they could be doing some heavy drugs. Crazy. So yeah. Anyway, we get high on light. And we get high on this divine love that is flowing through us. So let us go into the 5th ray. And tomorrow we don't have a call in the evening, so this call will not take place tomorrow. But I saw also in the comments, tomorrow with the morning group, for me that's a morning, we will go to the second will again, because there was the morning group one day where we didn't do the second will. And so yes, and it's on the website, you see all the times. So I'm traveling back from Texas tomorrow back to California, so I'll be on a plane at this time. And so let us go into the intention to connect with the fifth will. Amazing work. I know you are here because you know how powerful this is and how it's changing us. It's always a layer by layer, and the more light. So this one from Orin is from this amazing album. I always highly recommend having it too, because then you can do what I recommend doing, and that is to listen all the time. So when you can sleep, great time to listen. If you sleep next to another person who is asleep, just put your earbuds in, listen. When you drive, when you're on a plane, when you clean, when you cook, listen. It's amazing. It changes us. It absolutely changes us. And how wonderful it is that we know that we are preparing for a big initiation of the solar light that can only flow when you are prepared. And I guarantee we are ready. We are ready now. And again, this is amazing work. So also this energy that will run through the earth, which will change finally the grid that we still have, even though it's dissolving and breaking and changing, but it also will run through the 33 codes. So, you know, that's what the guardians of planetary evolution gave to humanity, the 33 codes, the book. It will run through the book itself. That's why it had to be hardcover, thick paper, and all of that stuff. So the guardians don't talk to me all the time. They don't talk to anyone so much all the time, actually. Very few people have met the guardians of planetary evolution that they know. You know, it can happen unconsciously when we don't remember, because they don't want to constantly be communicating. They are really like the silent watchers. And so I always wait when they choose to, you know, take us back up and, you know, have a chit chat about this planetary ascension. And so let us go into this final alignment here, just for a few seconds, quickly before we go. Let us do this alignment, connect with the earth. We are magicians. When you have your magic wand, keep using your magic wand, point at things, make energy move. We are moving energies. We are attracting energies. We are pulling energies. We are drawing in and casting. We are casting light and drawing in light. Yes, make your own magic wand. Absolutely. Even better, make your own. I love that. So let us see ourselves as we sit on this beautiful planet, as we stand on this beautiful planet, whatever it is we are doing, and aligning with her heart, with her sun. In her core is the sun. Let us align our spines with the Big Dipper that we have just worked with. And then we also remember that we have the triangle crown, aligning with the Pleiades, aligning with the light of Sirius, which is a powerful evolutionary force. And then aligning with the Great Bear. This is our crown of light. Every single one of us has a crown of light like this now. And then we go all the way to Polaris. Once again, I know that not everybody can see Polaris, but we can all envision Polaris. We work with imagination. And so for a moment, breathe into Polaris, connect yourself all the way high, 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 high up, beyond, beyond, beyond all the worlds. Open the gates to heaven. Open the gates to heaven. Wonderful. So yes, tomorrow we only have one alignment, and it's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific in the morning, and that's the only alignment tomorrow. But on the weekend we'll continue again from California and then from Mount Shasta. So a lot of beautiful energies running through us. So thank you so much. Let's go and shine into this world. And tonight, remember, before you go to bed, place the Big Dipper above you. Let it shine all wills into you. So thank you so much. Many blessings.